So the way LeBron looks at his body, I look at my body, right?
I've always said you guys have the same.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, LeBron has 5 drinks on a podcast.
By the way, that's my favorite Sam laugh I've ever heard. I do all the shit he does, but I do it for my liver. So I get 2 IVs a week. Look at him still laughing.
Bert comparing his health to LeBron James is the best moment we've had. The way LeBron looks at his body, the greatest athlete to ever live.
Your liver's the color of LeBron. I'll give you that.
I wish I wasn't a joke. Like, I mean,
No,
like,
we
no,
fucking
like,
love you.
Bert Kreischer going on the We Might Be Drunk podcast and saying, "I wish I wasn't a joke," is the chef's kiss from the podcast gods. These are the moments that this channel exists for, and the 2-hour 40-minute runtime on this episode did not disappoint. It was almost double their usual episode length because Ari Shafir rocked up halfway through, and then Bert refused to end the podcast because he wanted to keep drinking and talking about all his deepest insecurities. Sam literally tried to tie it up several times in the last hour, but Bert just kept steamrolling him and changing the subject. And out of all of Bert's podcast appearances over the last year or so, this was definitely one of the more eye-opening ones in my opinion, because after Bert had a few drinks, he started opening up about some deeply personal issues that he's been dealing with. Don't get me wrong, I know that he does this on almost every podcast he goes on, but there was something different about this one. He just seems like he's in a really dark place lately, and towards the end of this video, I'll take you through exactly why. Basically, he's become paranoid about people doing impressions of him, and so he started going on about why he hates it in quite a bit of detail, and then tried to get the producers to delete that section because he was worried about the backlash. So stick around because I've got all the context and clips to take you through. And speaking of impressions, Kill Tony's first Netflix episode went up yesterday, so make sure you head over to my Patreon via the link in the description and sign up so you don't miss out on my video covering their Netflix debut. It was an all-star cast of Austin comedy assassins, so check that out if you're interested. But as for our boy Bert, as you saw in the intro, he's still under the delusion that he's a healthy 50-something-year-old who's fit and strong and not suffering from any health issues. Except when he started listing all the meds he's taking daily in front of Mark and Sam, they didn't hesitate to give him a reality check.
Uh-oh.
We heard you wanted cranberry. We wanted grapefruit.
Oh yeah, I can't do grapefruit because I'm on blood pressure medicine.
Might be a sign that you should slow down the drinking. Right there.
No. Blood pressure medicine.
You can have poison.
Grapefruit,
not grapefruit.
Grapefruit counteracts with medications.
Cheers.
Is that right?
Yeah, so you can't.
Oh, no.
You can't take medications and grapefruit.
This is going to kill my blue chew.
Definitely don't do that. Wait, are you on a blue chew for real?
Wait, is it bad for your heart?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Oh, God.
No, but I sauna, I cold plunge, I get IVs twice a week. I'm doing the whole regimen. I'm at Ways to Well, and shout out to Brigham and Denise over at Ways to Well. Denise and I had a meeting, a couple months ago. She was like, "You've had the best numbers you've ever had," and I got to be honest with you. You can get in front of the shit that's going to be bad. Like I'm on testosterone.
That's true.
I'm on metformin. I got blood pressure medicine. I got cholesterol medicine. I got freaking not hazelnut, but like some like
You're just throwing out words now.
I take so much shit, but I take it every morning. I take it every night.
Yeah.
And
at my bachelor party, that was a lot of pills on your nightstand.
Yes. So
you're on it. You're ahead of it,
dude. I love.
The only thing Bert Kreischer's ahead of is his expiry date. Saying your bloods are perfect and you've never been healthier while you're taking pre-diabetic medication with blood pressure and cholesterol meds is absolutely fucking insane. Bert's idea of being healthy is living every day on life support and claiming he's good to go. And I don't wish Bert any harm. He's clearly my favorite lolcow and I wish him nothing but health and longevity. But if he's going to tell us how healthy he is on every podcast while looking like a sunburnt Winnie the Pooh, I'm going to call him out for it. For the most part, though, Mark and Sam were supportive and said nice things when it came to Bert's health. But when he compared himself to LeBron, Sam reacted exactly the way people need to start reacting around Bert when he makes crazy claims. He laughed in his face and couldn't stop.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It is something nice about just being taken care of. You get in that first class, they throw a fucking blanket on you.
Oh, you switched up on me. Look at you.
I've had too much grapefruit. My liver's hurting. But yeah, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm trying to make you feel better.
Mine feels a little weird.
Oh no,
Your liver's f***ed up?
No, I'm kidding.
your liver's like we're right at
I
home.
got blood work. I got blood work and
Your liver must be ripped. Your liver's like...
we got the same liver. I love when people are like, no, I'll tell you right now. Go to Ways to Well.
Who?
Ways to Well.
What's that now?
Ways to Well.
Ways to well?
Dude, I get my blood work
does that
done
mean?
every 6 months.
You're good.
My fucking shit's clean.
Come on.
Pete,
Yeah.
last one. Denise said my liver's never been healthier.
Is it the exercising, the water,
Let's be real.
the pills?
So the way LeBron looks at his body, I look at my body, right?
I've always said you guys have the same...
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, LeBron has 5 drinks on a podcast.
By the way, that's my favorite Sam laugh I've ever heard. I do all the shit he does, but I do it for my liver. So I get 2 IVs a week. Look at him still laughing.
I don't know if this is the best podcast ever recorded or I'm hammered, but this is amazing. We've gone past drunk.
Wait,
Bert comparing his health to LeBron James is the best moment we've had. The way LeBron looks at his body, the greatest athletes ever live.
Your liver's the color of LeBron. I'll give you that. But I don't know about we're doing the same health, same liver. Liver, please.
Can we do a Patreon call? We might be hammered.
Holy shit. No, that's so much.
Oh boy.
I wish I wasn't a joke. Like me,
No,
like,
no,
no.
we fucking love you.
When I was a kid, I realized the funniest I was when I wasn't trying to be funny. And that's the purest comic you get is like when you're not trying to be funny and people laugh and you're like, I don't know why they're laughing.
Right.
And I swear to God,
Because you can't turn it off.
Because I dated a chick one time, Erica Youngblood.
There Bert goes again, doxing people from his past for absolutely no reason at all. But the funniest thing about that whole interaction was that Bert genuinely did not realize what was so funny about what he was saying. That's why he said, I wish I wasn't a joke, because he thought he was making a legitimate point about how dialed in he is with his health. Then he tried to cover it up by calling himself a comedy purist because the best comedians apparently don't realize when they're being funny, which is some high-level cope from Bert Kreischer. And like I was saying just before, it was Sam's reaction that caught Bert off guard. Mark Norman seemed distracted, but Sam was genuinely like, what the fuck did he just say? That's why more and more of his friends need to react like that when Bert starts talking absolute dog shit. It's the only way for him to realize that what he's saying is out of pocket. But then Ari rocked up and they all realized how smashed they were, which naturally turned things gay.
Yeah.
It's like drinking bacon, dude.
It's very
I'm
good.
pretty lit right now.
Yeah, we all are pretty lit.
I like this.
This is nice. It's 5:30 in the
You know what
afternoon.
we should do. Do you guys have Patreon?
Nah, we're too lazy.
Look at
We
my
got rid of
fucking-
it.
Look at it. It's so great.
Let me see.
So
It's hard.
Punch it.
That's hardcore.
That's hard.
325 pounds.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're f***ing big, dude.
Yeah, I jack.
What's the drink? Jack. Woo, I lift, bro.
This has turned so gay. I'm touching his muscles. He's like, I f***ing lift.
By the way, this is what the podcast used to be.
And so it was in the second half of the episode that Bert started to loosen up a bit and start oversharing. This is what I was talking about in the intro, except we're not quite into the impression talk yet. For those of you who don't know, there's a video of Andrew Dice Clay walking in Central Park when he bumped into Jerry Seinfeld, but Jerry didn't realize who it was, and so Andrew started stalking him pretending to be a fan. At the end, Jerry realized what was going on and stopped for a chat and posed for a photo, etc., etc. Naturally, Bert stole the opportunity to make it all about himself.
There's not a single video in existence of Jerry Seinfeld running.
except for that episode.
Oh, yeah. Maybe about
When he's running away from
Gaza.
Dice.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the
yeah.
only one
Pull
when he's
that up.
Sprinting away from Dice, trying to like.
He didn't like Dice?
No, Dice was doing the thing, but he didn't know it was him. He goes, Jerry, and just Jerry's like, some fan. I'm tensing up. I'm not going to turn around, and Dice just stays after him. He didn't want to bot.
Well, it ended.
A friend in a park.
It ended nicely.
No. Hang on. If you come up to me,
You're
phone.
an outlier.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Call him a liar.
I'm not. No, the truth
Wait, you mean you're cool if someone walks up to you with a phone?
Are you kidding? That's his dream.
Yeah, you're an outlier.
And don't shame that dream. Let's hang on.
I think we've reached a breaking point
I just broke this down at
the
Keynes.
You're a man of the people.
I broke this down at Keynes.
Yeah.
There are two types of people. There are comics that pretend they don't want to be famous, right? They're liars and they're manipulators.
No. I think
Why get on stage? Why get on stage? Don't. What do you think? You're a gift to the gods that we needed your fucking words to share with us?
no one's disputing that. I'm just saying the walk up without the consent of the video. Just ask for consent.
Nope. You got
Nope.
They're not you.
Bert, you're a
They're regular people. You're wrong. You're wrong. They're regular people. You're forgetting who your mom is, who your sister is.
My mom wouldn't
your
go
aunt
up to
is,
someone with a
who your aunt
phone.
is. I'm telling
He's
you right
with a
now,
friend.
you are overestimating the world based on your experiences. And we would never do that. But the regular person sees Al.
Just say, hey, can I take a
Al
video?
Roker and goes,
Al Roker.
I'm telling you who the regular person sees.
You get weak-kneed
They go-
in Al
and they
Roker.
go- and they-
Bert is
the-
f***ing hammered.
The regular human goes, his
biggest hero.
Oh, that's Al Roker. That's Al Roker. He's at a table. He's having dinner. Can you believe I sat next to Al Roker and they do a video?
Bert talking about regular people as if he's fucking royalty is almost as cringe as the time he compared a comedian's brain to a pedestrian's brain, and Stovey laughed in his face and gave him shit for it. There's nothing regular about chasing celebrities for a photo without their consent. Us regular people call those people crazy people. And Mark was right. That's Bert's wet dream. He literally talks about being recognized in nearly every podcast appearance he does. The guy is obsessed with attention. He's got some of the worst daddy issues I've ever seen, and he's even spoken about it publicly, how he's always struggled for his dad's approval because his dad thinks he's an idiot. I don't even want to imagine where Bert would be if he was born a girl. But the whole impression talk took things to a whole new level for me. Maybe some of you may have heard him say these things before, but it was the first time I'd heard him talk about impressions and how much he hates them. It started with Kyle Dunnigan, who does a killer Bill Maher impression, and he actually also appeared as Elon Musk on Kill Tony's Netflix debut. And for Bert, well, he's not a fan.
Kyle Dunnigan, funny guy.
New rule, people, okay?
Okay.
Crazy that like Bill won't do Rogan if he talks about Kyle Dunnigan.
It's so
so
fun. And it's even funnier that Rogan's like, I'm definitely gonna. So it's up to you.
Yes. And Bill's like, I'm a comedian. You're like, are you?
Are you, though?
You can't be made fun of. You can't be talked
You gotta
about.
give Jerry credit. He laughs at people making fun of him.
Hold on.
100 hours of
I don't
footage
care
of
about
people going,
Palestine.
what's the deal with it?
I said to you, I don't know. I'm being real right now and I'm drunk. So edit it. I don't want to, but like I don't like when you do an impression of a comedian.
What do you mean?
I don't like it.
What do you mean? Sam specifically or anyone?
No, like I don't know. I'm not gonna say it. I texted you one time. Like Jeremiah did an impression of Mark, and I didn't like it.
Oh, I thought it was really
Oh,
good.
yeah, I
it bothered
remember
me.
that.
It bothered me.
No, I thought it was really funny.
I know
AI Mark
it's
Norman.
funny, but I go, yo, I don't like because they did it to Dane, and it minimizes the person, and it's like, yo, there's a nuance, and dude,
Oh, I thought
they're gonna
Jeremiah did it with love to Norman. Though.
Yeah.
I know,
thought
but
it was all-
then edit it out. But I just didn't like it. It bothered me. And I
Really?
texted Mark the next morning and I said, I don't like that. I don't like it. I'm just weird about it. So like, I understand Bill Maher's point of view.
Bert with the, I'm not going to say it, and then says it. Fuck me dead, Bert. But the whole Bill Maher situation is so funny. There's nothing better than seeing a celebrity get all up in their feelings because someone did an impression of them. Kyle Dunnigan has actually appeared on Kill Tony as Bill Maher as well, so while it started as just a fun gag on Instagram, now it's got legs. This is how it all started back in 2020 on JRE.
Will you do my show?
Sure.
Okay, I asked you before, and you were very squirrely
there's
about
so many
it.
people. They're all talking over each other for
They're
sound
not,
bites.
I heard you say that once when you were
that's how I
laughing at
feel.
some guy doing a terrible impression of me, and it's a very
Kyle Kalinske? He does a great impression of you.
I didn't know who he was.
What's that? Did I say Kalinske? Sorry.
But
Kyle.
No,
Kyle
we
Dunnigan.
don't have to look at this. I'm leaving.
It's amazing.
To you, it was amazing. It wasn't. I don't man. People have done me, and I can laugh at it. It's not that it was just
your face. He's got your face, and he's doing an impression of you. You've never seen this?
Did not. I saw what. Anyway, the point.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The point was, what was the point?
Bill Maher is so cringy that he looks like he's doing an impression of himself at this point. It's the flailing hands with the oversized head for me. But Bert was also talking about the time Jeremiah Watkins did a full costume impression of Mark Normand for an episode of Adam Ray's Dr. Phil live show, which Mark was a guest on as well. By the way, Jeremiah also did an impression of Joe Rogan on Kill Tony like 6 years ago when Rogan was a guest on the panel, and Little Joe did not like it one bit. Fuck, that was funny. Anyway, Bert eventually explained why he doesn't like impressions of comedians.
So you whittle down the thing they do, and you go like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. And then none of the nuance is there. It's like you can do it to every comic. And I'll tell you, they did it to Sebastian a couple times on Skanks. And I understood it. I get it, but it's like Sebastian's a little more than what's up with these people, you know?
Yeah, no, they know that though. They're just like doing it for funny. The funny part.
I know, but I just
Put 'em in a weird
like
I
it.
think when it's done with love,
flag
it's
that
all
because
good.
I may not like putting that in there because I'm just
I get it.
I don't want to shit on
totally hear
Jeremiah.
what you're
I'm
saying.
not shitting on Jeremiah.
I'm cool with Jeremiah, and we talked about it, so I find it somewhat flattering, but I see what you're saying.
It bothered me. I texted you privately.
Okay, there are two things on my Christmas list this year. If the comedy gods are listening, here we go. Number one is a Netflix live special, The Roast of Bert Kreischer. Holy shit, imagine. And the second is Adam Ray as Bert Kreischer on Kill Tony. That would be an absolute godsend. Bert is so fucking petrified of being made fun of that he can't even stand to see impressions of other comedians. The levels of insecurity on this guy are reaching epic proportions. Maybe it has something to do with his fear of clowns as well. But I remember watching that and thinking, hang on, didn't Mark and Ari do absolutely epic impressions of Bert on the biggest podcast in the world just a couple of months ago on the very show that replaced Sober October?
Yeah, Van Wilder, based on Bert Kreischer.
Isn't that nuts?
That's so crazy.
Isn't that nuts? It's literally a movie based on Bert. It really is.
Yeah.
Like they wrote a story about it for Rolling Stone magazine.
The original title was The Interruption.
It reminds me of me. Secret time. You guys have such good Bert. Secret time.
Okay, Bert definitely brought that up with both Mark and Ari because he was dirty about those impressions from Protect Our Parks. I'm actually surprised that Mark didn't pull out his Bert impression when he brought it up with him. That would have been funny as fuck. But it really says a lot about how up their own asses the guys who hate impressions are. Think about it. Bert hates it, Bill Maher hates it, Joe Rogan hates it, Tony Hinchcliffe isn't a fan, and of course Brendan Schaub hates it. Talk about a who's who of douchebags. Meanwhile, guys like Mark Normand couldn't care less and find it flattering that someone would go through the effort to do an impression of him. And you could see how Bert kept telling the producers that he wanted them to edit those bits out and delete it because everyone was disagreeing with him and he didn't want to make it a thing. But now I think it's basically a casting call for Bert Kreischer impressionists. Surely Adam Ray is sitting back watching that and licking his lips, or something like that. Like I was saying at the beginning, though, that whole discussion really showed a different side of Bert. His insecurities are really turning dark. I mean, his explanation of why he doesn't like it was kind of weird. His main concern is that they miss out on all the nuances of the comedians and portray them as mere stereotypes. Bert has the nuance of a bull in a china shop. I think he's just paranoid about being made fun of, and after they all mocked him on Protect Our Parks, now he's worried it's going to become a thing, which it should. So hopefully an impressionist gets the memo and starts developing their pig squeal and hones their interruptions to perfection, because the only thing better than Bert is someone pretending to be Bert. Maybe not. Anyway, don't forget to head over to my Patreon via the link in the description for a full breakdown of Kill Tony's Netflix debut. There's a bunch of other stuff on there that you might be interested in as well, so go and check that out. Otherwise, make sure you subscribe to my channel right here on YouTube and hit the like button while you're here. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.
Can I tell you what's crazy? So I went to Paris. I understand this is going to sound a tad bit disconnected, but I don't care. I went to Paris, and I didn't get recognized. I got recognized like 3 times in Paris.
Well, they're sophisticated over there. They're not watching.